Impact Plus. Experience Impact Wrestling like never before.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing at this time, from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 228 pounds, he is the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Well, this relationship between the phenomenal AJ Styles, his advisor, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, it's been quite a roller coaster ride as of late, Taz.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, kind of a struggle thing going on here about respect, about living up to the level of excellence that Ric Flair wants. Ric Flair wants to be surrounded by winners, by champions. That's what Flair is used to. And in my view, that's what that man is, AJ Styles. But it seems like AJ's trying to prove himself to Flair on a constant basis.
And now, introducing his opponent, from Elizabeth, New Jersey, weighing in at 222 pounds, Jay Lethal.
We'll talk about a young athlete, a young TNA wrestler that's really been on an awesome road.
That's Jay Lethal. From under the radar to through the roof here in TNA.
Very well said.
And quite honestly, he's got the passion and he's got the charisma to go along with the in-ring ability. You talked about how this is a proving ground for AJ Styles. Trying to prove himself to Ric Flair. There's no question that that's part of the equation. But I think at the same time, as we heard from Jay Lethal, the pre-match comments, he wants to prove to Flair and he wants to prove to the world that he's no longer a kid, but that he's a man.
Well, the opportunity is right in front of Lethal. He's got to stay focused, in my view. Lethal's got to stay focused. Otherwise, from where I sit, AJ Styles will catch him and beat him quick. Because AJ's that good. AJ is a thoroughbred. He's a cocksure athlete. He's the longest reigning TNA champion in this company's history. And on tonight, our anniversary, 8-year anniversary, and AJ, one of the pioneers from the foundation of this company. I think Styles is ready to go. Lethal better be.
One of the individuals that Taz paid tribute to at the top of this Slammiversary broadcast early on, talking about the history, the 8 years of this TNA organization. And tonight, our 8-year anniversary event, Slammiversary, it's proving ground time for the number 2 ranked phenomenal AJ Styles and Jay Lethal.
Well, Jay Lethal, very elusive. And, he's got a lot of resiliency and a lot of athletic ability. And once Lethal gets rolling, I mean, he's got a victory already on AJ, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that right there, that's got to build the man's confidence. I'm sorry.
Victorious, I was going to say, in the 3-way matchup involving AJ and Kazarian. But he pinned AJ Styles in that match.
Correct, the Mundo. Right now, both men are jockeying out of a collar and elbow tie-up. Oh, man.
Oh, the tribute to the Nature Boy with the knife edge is answered. His answered with the open hand slap of Jay Lethal.
Lethal might have drilled AJ right on the button. That pompousness of AJ came out for a moment, then he kind of fell out of the ring.
Just about knocked the pompousness right out of him.
Looked like you were late at night in a hotel bar.
Wasn't that late.
Well, that was smart for Jay Lethal not to go out after AJ Styles. You got the Nature Boy Ric Flair roaming around out there. That's a legend. Dirtiest player in the game sitting out there. Got to be careful.
What about Flair at ringside? What does that do to the pressure-packed situation for both of these individuals.
My honest opinion, I think there's more pressure on AJ Styles. I really do. I think that Jay Lethal will stay in his game. Hopefully he can for himself. Like I said at the top of this match, it almost seems like AJ's constantly trying to prove himself to Ric Flair. Right now, AJ's got to prove that he can get out of his head scissors by Jay Lethal.
You would anticipate with Flair looking on, both of these men would take it up a notch.
Very nice way to counter out.
Beautiful bridge move by Lethal. AJ tries to take advantage of it, manipulating the headlock to a side headlock.
That's what you want to do if you're Lethal. Pull a man, suck him into you a little bit to relieve the pressure on your head. Oh, wow, right in the knee. That was nasty. That might have hyperextended Lethal's knee. That was pretty ugly right there.
That was a bad collision, wasn't it, with that shot to the knee?
Yeah, that was awkward. Oh! That's a good way to swell up an areola.
Styles slides through, but AJ comes right back. AJ with the chops and gonna try and follow up the edge that he has as Lethal counters and fires him into the corner.
Maybe a little monkey flip. Oh, look at a counter by Styles.
Yeah, the way that he reacts, lands on his feet. But then the hip toss turns into the cartwheel, and then the drop kick from in close.
Still grabbing at the knee for a moment. Jay Lethal was.
And you saw that Lethal there was momentarily distracted as Flair was hollering in. It cost Lethal 3 or 4 seconds in going for the pin attempt.
Well, that's that little, distraction by the Nature Boy. That's the stuff that Lethal's got to be careful of as he peels off an excellent snap suplex.
And how about AJ powering out even before the referee, Earl Hebner, could make the count.
Yeah, well, AJ not wanting to show any weakness to Jay Lethal.
Or Ric Flair.
Good point.
Match turns in the favor of Jay Lethal.
I like how Lethal taking his time, picking his spots.
Hits the backbreaker and gets a near fall.
Very smart for Lethal not to rush into nothing.
Wow, what a beautiful shot that was.
Yep.
The view over the shoulder of Ric Flair, as you could see the eye contact that was made between Flair and Lethal.
Look at that, head scissors. Excellently done. And Lethal's looks like he's gonna be on the run. You can see him cooking it up, and here we go, whoa! Landed on his feet.
Styles escapes back into the ring and then attacks immediately with the running elbow. Sets up for the slingshot, lands on the apron as Lethal backs away. Oh, AJ went for the kick and paid the price.
Like AJ maybe landed on his head or his shoulder. Right on the apron. Again, Lethal not rushing into nothing. Gotta be careful with Flair. You don't want to give that advantage, if you're Lethal to AJ Styles by letting AJ utilize Ric Flair.
Lethal drags Styles back into the ring, but AJ comes back fighting.
Yeah, nothing fancy fighting. Nothing fancy about that. He's just choking him with 2 hands. Right across the neck, very blatantly done.
And we saw AJ outside, and I think Lethal even thought that he had AJ where he wanted him, but that wasn't the case. Oh, Lethal goes to float over and ends up getting crotched on the top rope by AJ.
Man, Lethal just made no noise, but it had to hurt like hell. Oh, God. Man, if that doesn't exemplify that AJ Styles is the quintessential blue chipper, I don't know what does. Did you see that athleticism by Styles?
As he and Lethal
was awesome.
Yeah, they were playing that game of can you top this up on the top rope.
I think AJ might have won that one.
I think he did.
Left a vertical base foot right in the face of Lethal.
He may have won that one, but the key was he didn't get the 3 count.
Yeah, it was enough to wear down Jay Lethal and get this momentum going now in the side of AJ.
Styles drops the knee, goes for the follow pin. Referee Hebner there to count 2. As AJ senses that he, for a moment there, had Lethal where he wants it. But the quick burst of speed and energy and the shoulder blocks in the corner turn it around in Lethal's favor.
Well, Jay Lethal realized he had that sense of urgency that the tide was turning the wrong way for him. And he dug deep, was able to, slow down a little bit. AJ Styles. Oh, that's a haymaker.
Oh, the shots from Lethal just echoing throughout the impact zone.
Oh! That might be it. Get that cover, kid. Get it.
Lethal on top for the pin, and
again,
Styles
kick
able
out.
to power out.
All right, kicked out real quick too, Mike. Real quick kick out by AJ.
There's something about those quick kickouts that send a message, and boy, talking about sending a message, nothing like dropping your opponent directly on the back of his head.
More like driving your opponent on the back of his head. That back suplex.
Ferocity of the suplex as he powered him down. And Lethal's head bounces off the canvas, and confidence level rises in AJ as he senses that once again he's got Lethal on the defensive here. Every time AJ turns the match where it looks like it's in his favor, Lethal's had that quick burst to turn it back around, but this time might be the exception.
Well, being a... Uh-oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Well, you kind of knew it was a matter of time before Ric Flair got involved here.
Lethal tossed at the feet of the Nature Boy.
Loads.
Takes the sports coat off, wraps it around the neck of Lethal behind the back of the referee, who's being talked to and distracted by Styles.
Loads of disdain from Flair towards Lethal. Flair feeling like Jay Lethal disrespectful and mocking him and imitating him. I don't know if it's really that. It's more of Jay Lethal just having fun and showing his charisma and in a weird way showing respect. Oh.
And Flair reads that as total disrespect. He certainly doesn't read it as honoring his legendary status in this business.
Back to grounding now. Grounding Jay Lethal. Keeping his offense on the mat where I think AJ has the advantage. And for a bulk of this match, even though Jay Lethal's shown the resiliency and the toughness in the heart, Mike, I don't know about you, but I think AJ, he's getting more points in this match if you're scoring points. But we're not scoring points.
Not scoring points in professional wrestling. It's pins or submission to decide this, as Lethal's able to get back up to his feet. Going to try and get things rolling with those elbows that are directed into the midsection of the Phenomenal One. 3-4 shots, but then AJ is right there with a big elbow to the back of the head.
And to point out the point of the elbow, even though there's a pad, an elbow pad on AJ, right to the back of the skull of Jay Lethal. Look at that handspring. Look at that! Oh!
Springing back. Into an elbow right on target.
Shades of the Great Muta. You remember him, right?
Oh, indeed. Don't think Lethal's got the green mist, but he sure hit him with that Great Muta style move off the ropes.
Well, might be the turning point in the matchup here for both athletes. And she's smart. That's that experience of AJ grabbing a front headlock, but wow, had the wherewithal, did Lethal to get out. But back to it goes Styles. Oh!
And again, AJ with the front face lock, and every time that he goes for that, Lethal has a move or a strike to counter. Now the running elbows.
Jay Lethal now starting to build the momentum he needs. Oh!
Momentum of AJ stopped by the big boot. Lethal from the middle rope.
Oh my God, that jumping leg lariat off the second rope. Right across the face.
Not only the blow from Lethal, but the fact that AJ was charging at him at the same time.
He's not done. Look at that moonsault.
Yeah, moonsault into a cross body block for 2.
Like that cover that Jay Lethal went for, trying to...
tired. He's tired.
Yeah, Flair saying that Jay Lethal's tired. I don't know, that might go the other way around now. Oh, man. But both these guys might be sucking some wind.
That hasn't slowed him down. Corner drop kick. Lethal combination.
Oh! Oh, my God.
Gonna roll him over. Gonna try and get the pin here on AJ. Oh, that was close.
Barely AJ was able to just lift his shoulder off the canvas. Jay Lethal, when he wants to be, is all business, I'm telling you. Despite the jocularity and the fun that he has and the shenanigans, when it's go time, he goes.
Game face on for Lethal. Slingshot in. AJ saw it coming. AJ was prepared, and AJ drops him across the knee. As Flair looks on, it counts from ringside. Nope.
Well, there's no love lost between those two men right there.
Quite a history between Ric Flair and Earl Hebner. Flair upset at the cadence of the count from Hebner, but it was right on the money. It was a perfect count by Earl.
Watching Billy Martin back in the days with umpires. Showing my age.
Whoop. We'll give you a free pass on Billy Martin. Oh, how about that? Elevates AJ up into the air.
Got him, baby, that's
down. Cover.
Got him. Oh. Whew, man, that was something. That cutter out of nowhere. AJ Styles looked like he don't even know what hit him.
Sense concern in the way that Ric Flair's reacting is
that LePage is the dirtiest player in the book.
Flair playbook enables him then to follow up with a double leg. And speaking of the Flair playbook,
yeah, you're not kidding.
Doesn't get any more Flair playbook than figure 4, does it?
That bad boy is locked in big time.
Overhead camera shot shows the ring positioning, and it looks pretty darn good for AJ here.
Flat in the middle of the ring right here. Jay Lethal's got to try and do what he's doing. Scoot to that rope or turn to your belly.
Those are the options to try and get a break, and it's the rope break this time that comes into play. And you wonder about that figure 4 leg lock. If as this match progresses, it may hurt Lethal's ability to connect with a high-risk move.
Correct, and the hold, the figure 4 leg lock when applied properly does not need to be on long. 2 inches, look at that brain buster.
Right on his head.
Man.
This should do it.
Shades of the great Arn Anderson right there of the original 4 Horsemen.
The vicious brain buster, and well, I thought that was going to gain him the 3 count. It certainly has put Lethal in a position where it's going to be difficult for him to either fight back or get the offense rolling as AJ. Looks like he's going to try and take him up for the Styles clash.
Oh, look at the little counter. What?
Lethal instead.
Dragon. Oh, a release dragon suplex.
The full Nelson tosses him overhead. Pin and.
Well, good thing Flair cheated because AJ was done. That release dragon suplex. Sick.
Flair, the difference maker. Lethal should have gotten the 3 count right there. Flair up on the apron as Lethal looks him right in the eye and then drops down into the figure 4 of all things against AJ.
Right in the face of Flair, and more importantly, in the face of his opponent, AJ Styles.
Saw it applied by Styles minutes ago.
Ric Flair is hot right now.
Thought those impressions made Flair hot, got under his skin. What do you think about Flair looking on as Lethal tries to beat his man AJ with the figure 4, and AJ reaching out and makes the ropes.
Excellent match thus far between Lethal and Styles. Backbreaker.
Motions to the corner like he's going to go high risk.
Oh, yeah, Jay Lethal, he can do some damage from the tippy top rope. Oh! Miss on the elbow.
Yeah, went for that big elbow drop off the top, but AJ was able to roll just at the last split second and then connect with the shot that comes from out of nowhere. Taz calls it right. The Pele style kick.
Well, it's World Cup season. Might as well do it now, right?
It's that time of year. AJ still showing the effects of the figure 4.
Oh, look at AJ.
As you saw that he had a hard time making it up into the corner, and then he ends up actually dropping down and hitting his face in the corner.
Couldn't put weight on his knee, it looked like. Mike, He cost it a figure 4, I guess, and that slowed AJ down, still slowing him down a bit. Oh, God, oh, look at this. So Northern Lights. He's got him.
Got the win.
The winner of the match, Jay Lethal.
Good God almighty, Jay Lethal did it again. Another victory. But in a one-on-one match against Styles.
And he just beat the number 2 man, AJ Styles, in the TNA Top 10.
And I'm telling you, the reason why it happened, the figure 4. The figure 4. Ric Flair's figure 4 by Jay Lethal on AJ. Screwed AJ up. He couldn't climb the ropes as quick-footed as normal. Slowed him down. Lethal capitalizes.
And Jay Lethal just showed Ric Flair, and he just showed the world he's no longer a kid. He's a man that proved himself with a win over AJ Styles with Ric Flair at ringside.
Jay Lethal is a player.